I often see in coaching sessions people asking me whether the signs they're seeing from the ex is the right signs, and basically in this video I'm going to cover everything you have to know, because sometimes you want to know if it's worth trying to fight for your ex or if you just have to give up and accept and move on. So in this video I'm going to share with you the 8 honest signs that your ex might coming back. If you have 1 or 2, have a look. That's enough for them to get back with you. Before I move on, subscribe to the channel. We are growing so rapidly. I'm so happy. It's amazing. So you can join. It's totally anonymous. Comment if you have any questions on the video, and take the quiz to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. It's totally free. I left the link in the first comment of the video. So, first reason. You don't really know the reason your ex left. So why? How does it work? It seems like a whim a little bit. You know, there wasn't a big fight. You have some clues about what went wrong, but you're ready to talk about it with your ex. But in that case, no rush. Do a little bit of radio silence. Stay cool as a cucumber, and you'll see that this whim will basically tell them to. It's just a whim. They're gonna come back. You just like realize that it was maybe something out of anger or maybe something that got them mad, but it's nothing structural. And we're gonna talk about the structural aspect a little bit down the line. So that's the first reason. The second one, the mistakes you made does not violate his or her rules. So what I mean by rules is maybe deception, lying to them, maybe violence, cheating on them, repeated fights. You know, have you had like those fights? Maybe you compromise on life projects such as education, child, you didn't want to have a child, or he wanted to have a child, or she wanted to have a child, house, and things like that. If the mistake, you didn't violate those rules, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Third, you have already separated several times. It's a bit of a habit for you guys, you ex and you often separate, and you have the habit to coming back together. Your ex may get angry, but one of you knows how to come back. You've done that in the past, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna go a little bit detail this part afterwards. Your disagreement is localized in time or in place. So this is where I'm gonna cover, it's very important, this one. Is it a structural problem or is it just a temporary problem? Do you start to get fights and arguments because of his new job? Do you start to have arguments because you moved from one city to another? Try to see whether these difference in vision, these conflicts are arising as a result of you, your personality, yourself, your vision, your values, things like that, or because there's something that's something in your life that appeared and now is creating that conflict, and as a result, that breakup. It's very important for you because, for example, if you want to fight for your ex and maybe you don't have the same religion, and for them it's really important, or you're from different caste, it's going to be really, 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 really hard to get him or her back because structurally you cannot be together. Number 5, you have spent more than 3 months together. So why 3 months? And I have cases like, well, not this month, last month. She was with her ex for 3 weeks and I told her it's not enough. I mean, because the reason 3 months is because after 3 months, it's when you reveal your true self. Before the 3 months, it's a bit, testing the relationship, testing whether. Sometimes it could be a rebound relationship. Therefore, I don't really advise anyone or coach anyone where the relationship is less than 3 months, because you haven't really built something. It's just the honeymoon phase and it's not really a relationship. You have plans for your life together, and this is so important. You know where you're going. Maybe you share, and it's not necessarily mean that you're going to get married, but maybe you're doing sports together. maybe you're planning holidays, maybe you do some cooking, maybe you do some DIY. You're doing stuff together. Could be short term, medium term, or long term. The longer the better, obviously. But if you still have, I don't know, weekly date nights, or if you have a hobby together, that's really, really great to make that couple to last. The needs of each other are respected, so there's space for communication. Even if it's not perfect, it's never perfect, your needs are listened and respected, and their needs are listened and respected. Same for the other, as I said. Is so important. I'm going to give you some examples. The daily life, the aspirations, traveling, the way of raising children, your money and budgeting, outing, friendships, all these kind of things. I've gave you the Maslow pyramid or hierarchy of needs. So it's about physiological safety, love, belonging, and esteem and stuff like that. Do you accept and understand their needs? Do you have that level of communication where you understand their need, where they understand your need? It's something you have to think of when you get back together, because it's so important. It's really the foundation, the soil for if you were like a couple as a plant, it's the soil that will really nurture your relationship. You are stable. And after there's 2 bonus, so bear with me. Even if your ex isn't, it doesn't matter. You are the one confident, you are the strong person. And that's actually, when people are a bit fidgety and not really stable, they really like to be with a stable person because they know they can rely on them. And you have to understand that your life doesn't depend 100% on the other person. It's so important, regardless whether you want to get back with your ex, whether you're happy in a relationship, whether you're about to get back with your ex, your life doesn't depend 100% on that person. So the bonus number 1, you know how to apply radio silence. So the radio silence without calling their friends, calling their mom, calling, make the other jealous or pretend to have a relationship when you don't, or just like trying break down and say, okay, I give up. It's been 3 hours that I've been in radio silence. I have to text them, or just like, just texting. No. Radio silence is weeks of no contact. Weeks, not days, not hours. Weeks of no contact. Sometimes months. And this is the true technique. This is the best technique. If you want to have any other tips, don't know exactly what to do with radio silence, before I move on to the bonus number 2, we can have a chat. There's a link as well in the description if you want to have a chat with me. You're about to start that radio silence. You're in the middle of that radio silence. You want to end that radio silence. You don't know what to do, what to say. Have a chat with me. Sometimes just a tip can change everything. And I've a ton of experience, so more than happy to help you out. The bonus number 2, you don't talk to your friends all the time. It's the temptation, especially if you're a social person, to share your stories with your friends, not with your friend, with your friends. But the thing is, what happens is when you share something with a friend, he would behave like a flying monkey. It's a psychological aspect or relationship aspect, where the flying monkey is the person who tells story to other. Even if your friend wants to do good, he would tell your ex, oh yeah, I saw him, he's really, really down, he's really, really bad. And by doing so, that friend will ruin all your chance to get back together. Because now you're no longer attractive, you're no longer, you reveal all your plan, they show your cards, they show your hands. It's gonna be very hard for you to get back together. So my suggestion is to choose one friend who's wise, who is successful in relationship, or maybe have a coach like myself or a therapist or someone, but just one person. Also, I think it's really good to have one person, because then you are more accountable and they can sort of help you out through the journey and follow through and have a proper plan. Because if you share with everyone will have, they tell you Maria would tell you this, and Peter would tell you this, and Robert would tell you that, and you'll be lost. So choose the right person who's an expert, who knows about relationship, to help you out along the way. Because sometimes it's just about finding the right words, the one attitude that can make it work. It's not about asking a lot of people around. And I know it's tempting to share on social media how you feel, but it's not what will get you to be back with your ex. Take care of yourself. Bye.